During UFC 330, UFC 333 got announced with some huge fights, including the main event of Alexander Volkanovski vs Movsar and Peter Yan vs Merab, the Walrus Rally 3. This is an insane card. Let's talk about Volkanovski and Evloev. Now, this is the main event. I'm happy they've booked it now, I think Movsar needs to come back. Volk needs to come back. They both fought in February. Well, Volk fought in February and Movsar fought in March. And honestly, I'm happy this is fighting. And it's happening in Abu Dhabi, so it's home advantage for Movsar Evloev. But yeah, they've put it on this card, and yeah, honestly, an early prediction for this fight, I think Volkanovski is gonna win this fight pretty easily. Honestly, I know we've seen Evloev struggle against basically all of his opponents. Against Lerone Murphy, I thought that should have been a draw. Against Aljamain Sterling was pretty close. Arnold Allen was pretty controversial. All of his Diego Lopez pretty close. So yeah, if you see Movsar's all wins, he knows how to win, but they're pretty close, and I think Volkanovski is gonna beat him up pretty easily. Of course, Volkanovski coming off that win against Diego Lopez, and yeah, they've made it up. They've made it in UFC 333 in Abu Dhabi, and yeah, I'm happy they've made this fight. Of course, this has been coming for a long time. This matchup has been hyped up for a long time, ever since Movsar has come to the division, beat all the guys. It's been hyped. I thought this should have happened, except this should have happened instead for Diego Lopez rematch. But yeah, I think they've made the fight now. There's going to be loads of hype around it. But yeah, Volkanovski, Evloev, they made that. And then the co-main event is also Peter Yan vs Merab, the Walrus Rally 3. The trilogy just sets it all. Honestly, a little prediction for this fight, I'm picking Yan. I hope Yan wins. I love Yan, and I think he'll be able to win again. I think in this fight he should be talking to the nose of Merab, as he's broke it a few times. And they've made this fight in October. I'm happy. I think they've put such a delay on it because they want both guys to be healthy. Yan wants to be healthy, Merab wants to be healthy, and that's why there was such a delay. And I'm happy they made it for October. It's going to be a pretty close fight, honestly, but I'm going to pick Yan to win. I think this is one of the highest level trilogies that we're going to see, and yeah, I think this is going to be a really good fight. And yeah, in the second fight and the first fight, they were both coming in with injuries. And I just want to see how they look just healthy on their own, without no excuses, no injuries, and just fighting. Yeah, I think Yan's going to win this fight by decision. Maybe if he can target the body a lot in the earlier rounds, if he can hit that side of the body of Merab, then maybe he could get a fifth round TKO finish. But I see it very unlikely. I think Merab will make some adjustments for this trilogy. So yeah, I think Yan and Merab really announced this is an insane card. And let's look at the rest of the card. Let's see. So they put, of course, Volk, Yan, main co-main, and then they put Lona Kavanagh versus Ramzan Temirov. Pretty weird. Lona Kavanagh just coming off like a month ago, just got choked out cold by Brandon Royval. Now he's coming back to fight Ramzan Temirov. Early prediction, I think Temirov's gonna win. I'm English, but yeah, Lona Kavanagh. I don't know why he took this fight, but yeah, I think Temirov's gonna win the fight, especially coming off that knockout win over Steve Erceg. And then we have Volkov and Kuniev. I think Volkov's gonna win that fight. They're not gonna give Volkov a title shot anytime soon, by what it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Volkov to win that fight. And then we have Arnold Allen versus Aaron Pico. Yeah, this is pretty weird matchmaking again. I thought you could have put Arnold Allen with like Aljamain Sterling or maybe Lauren Murphy. But they've put him against Aaron Pico, who's coming off the win over Patricio Pitbull. And yeah, I think quick early prediction, I think Allen's going to win this one. You know, we're finally getting active Arnold Allen. He's already fought twice this year, coming off a big dominant win against Monca da Costa. I'm picking Arnold Allen to win this one. And then Dominic Reyes, Asmat Murzakanov. Yeah, I'm picking Asmat Murzakanov to knock him out in the first round. You know, you're pitting the guy with one of the greatest powers in the light heavyweight division against the guy who's the most chiniest guy of all time. I'm picking Asmat Murzakanov. But yeah, that's the card. Yeah, I'm very happy there's going to be in European time, so I'm going to be chilling. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and on that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.